we go back to reading the room helps you build that executive presence, listening, sitting back. When we were on the phone the other night, you started talking about how do people learn that if they're not very good at it, right? Like, how do people tell from people's expressions, things like that? And same with body language. How can we start learning to how to read the room so we know how to then handle and influence the room?
Yeah. You want me to unpack this? You want me to go into this?
I do. I
Okay.
do want you to unpack it. Yes.
Yeah. So at the risk of going too geeky, you can learn human emotions with the face. So there are 7 primary emotions that we make with our face. And so the emotions that we experience internally with our body are linked to facial muscles. And so surprise and fear is when the frontalis major muscle pulls our eyes open, right? And so it lets light in. And this is regardless of race, gender, age, all the things. Your face will make, and it's not learned, it is innate. Your face will make the same face. When you experience fear, it's like this. When you experience happiness, your zygomaticus major muscle will flex involuntarily, right? If you get a text from someone special, you cannot even wipe that grin off your face, right? And so you're like, who texted you? And you're like, nobody. Why are you saying that? Right? So smiling, happiness is there. Sadness, you almost always have a droopy eyes there, almost always when you're sad. Anger is when your eyebrows go in and down, almost always this way. Also, some people when they're thinking, they also look like this, which is why we have that resting face oftentimes, right? And disgust, right? We have these 7 primary emotions, and oftentimes we might make them in a millisecond. We call those micro expressions. And so if you say something and they make a micro expression for half a second and then go back to neutral, and you get really good at reading those micro expressions, you can find out really quickly, oh, you got angry when that person said that, but then you're trying to mask it. You don't like what's happening right now. Interesting. And I caught that. It was only half a second, but I caught it. And I know that you're not on board with this decision. Interesting. Okay. That's how we read a room. And some of you that are listening already do this. You didn't know that you do this. You're people listeners. You already are picking up on that. You call it a vibe. You call it energy. You're actually reading micro expressions. You just called it energy. But that's what you're doing. And people can learn that. You can watch that and you can learn that and pick up on that and get really good at that. And so there's certificates and coding schools that you can go to. The CIA is trained on this. FBI trained on this, these human lie detector tests, they can pick up on this. And so it's really fascinating stuff when you start to being able to truly read a room and figure this out.